Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Balance of Opinions podcast with your homeboy Kingy Crush Glass and my homegirl
This is Free Law.
and Manila.
Nai Vinci. Yeah, like I was saying, haven't you seen people of different culture use the word nigga as a racist term,
Yeah, I've
but
seen
not
white girl.
nigger?
No. I've seen, but that's what I'm trying to show you though. This is like what I'm trying to say is like within our culture, it's free for us to use that word however we want. Outside of our culture now, it's not. But people are gonna do it anyways. It's in music, it's in everything. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say that the word is perfect or the word is great or it doesn't have the same sting for some people. But for me now, I don't, it doesn't bother me like that. I know, and like I said, I've already experienced racism on a certain level where somebody need to have to say the word nigga to me, bro. A white boy can do that better. Oh, my white boy can be. Do you know what I mean? Like that type of racism. So that's what I mean. Like what I mean, like the word, the meaning of that word, it don't bother me anymore. If that's all somebody can do to try to incite violence out of me, then they're wasting their time. Because I believe that my life and my media, my purpose and my worth is a lot bigger than a word that somebody would use to describe me. That's not my name. You see what I'm saying?
All right, I get what you're saying. But listen, that word will forever bother me as a black man.
It's supposed to.
Forever.
Listen,
Will forever
listen,
bother
I
me.
feel you. I
get it. So it will forever bother me, right? But am I going to give you the satisfaction of replying to how you expect me to? Acting aggressive towards you? Sometimes you call me it. Yes, I know what it means, and I just walk away. And when I walk away without replying to someone that says that, I win. Because
No,
you're saying that word, they're saying that word to get that reply out of you, the reaction out of you.
yeah, of course. Of course. But yet again, like I said, I'm not trying to say, oh, you guys are wrong. I'm just trying to make it very clear, like, what you guys are saying is very credible and it's honest. It is the truth. But then for somebody like me who's outside of that truth, that's looking at it from a different angle now, saying, you know what? You're right. We use it way too much. But it's on our lyrics. It's in our songs. So if I see a white kid singing to a song and he goes, my nigga, I'm not gonna punch him in the face. I'm gonna tell him, hey, pay attention to where you're at and do that at your house. All right, Billy? When you're outside here in the streets, my ninja, my Nilla, my N, that kid, I'm okay with that. But you ain't gonna use the nigga. You ain't gonna use the nigger. Actually, you know what? Just keep it ninja. Ninja is cool with me. I can rock with my ninja. But it's in our music. And guess who dominates buying our music? Guess who dominates buying our culture? Guess who dominates? Like that's why I had to put up that one song by that guy, Official Gray Audio, Official Gray Color, I think, where he said, it's too dangerous and it's too lit to be black because we're only known for entertaining people. Look at Snitch Nine. That boy be saying nigga on the regular, and he's Spanish. But it's the way our culture has allowed it to come out where like at the Kendrick thing, and for all those people, he's like, whoa. Can you just say without saying that? For Kendrick, I understand why he did that. But for me, if that's what I'm promoting in my music and I'm saying that and you're singing along, cool.
Yeah.
If I bring you up here as a white person, I'm not expecting you to forget that you're white. but you're in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Good
You're
point.
not thinking. This isn't
Great.
them in the car with their friends. Oh, my nigga.
Yeah.
He's at a concert with 40, 50, 100,000 people, and he gets picked to come up there and sing a song with him. He's going to forget where he's at.
He's a fan.
Great point.
That's what he's doing. He's being a fan.
And that's what I'm saying. It's naive of us as black people not to think that these people are not saying this when we're not around. It's just when we're around now, don't do that.
Yeah.
Because you can't control people's speech. You feel me?
But it's, at the same thing is, like, they'll be in their home and they'll be listening to the song and they'll just be rapping it and they're saying the word, but it's just singing it with no ill intention.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, like you were asking, there is a time and a place. I don't know when there's a time and a place. I mean, you see me went off for dinner. My uncle gave me shit for being like that. Yo, nigga, he's like, I'm like, fuck all these people. I don't give a fuck about these people. But that's just me. Because I'm just like, yo, personally, I know I'm educated enough. I know I'm talented enough as a person. I know anything I put my mind to, I can get done. But I'm sorry. I grew up with hood people. And this is just how we interact. Do you know what I mean? It's not we're interacting like this to be cool. It's just kind of something that's been around. Like, even with my parents. My dad and my mom were terrible. Yo, this nigga. Yo, nigga, what you doing with that nigga? You know what I mean? Like, I know it's fucked up. I said nigga 7 times and only used like what three other words with it. Right? I mean, I know it's not something that
that's
we should be promoting.
That's like 90% of every fucking rap song now. 90% of the song is the word nigga.
Yeah, but like I said again, it's part of our culture. Like, and you know, it's in our lexicon, and like I said, it's a scenario where some of us, I know you've seen the one guy that said, hey, I really don't have like me, my uncle, my auntie. This is how we interact. Now, if somebody else says it to me, I don't know. My antennas go up on it. What's up? But within our community of our people, we know by the tone, the way you phrase it, if it's endearment, aggression, disappointment, whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I seen a video 2 days ago of this little skinny, I think he was brown. He started swinging on some store workers talking about you hitting girls, nigga. You hitting girls. I was laughing because he had a fanny pack on. I was like, fanny gay. But I'm like, is he black? Is he hip enough to say that word? No. But our culture and what we as a people have promoted is the word nigga ain't shit. Because it ain't. I don't think it's meant to mean any good or any bad. I think it was just a way of rappers and some black people saying we're taking the sting out of this. That's why Ice Cube ran up on that dude, what's his face? I can't remember his name. He's a host. He's a famous host. Ran up on him and was like, you can't use that word. That's ours. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to say Ice Cube's a fucking idiot. He's a very intelligent man. Built himself a very, very lucrative business. He's made lots of music off of rap songs and, you know, one of the founders of NWA. But he himself admits that's our word. I'm not saying I'm riding with Ice Cube, but it's just to put more context, like why people like me will look at the ER missing from it and the nigga and not... and the nigger will incite us because we know this word isn't, we didn't invent this. Even though we took something and mashed it up a little bit and then took off 2 words and pronounced it differently, it's ours. Because guess what every other culture's been doing? They take our clothes, they take everything from us and say, oh, no, this is not how black people dress. I mean, the word wigger. Who came up with the word wigger? Because literally, all you did was change the W. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then, okay, Mr. Ice Cube, I love Ice Cube, all right?
Yeah,
love yeah, right? But okay, Ice Cube, you're going to run up on someone and says that word belongs to us. Ice Cube, you're banned First word is niggas with attitude. So that's what it means, right? Niggas with attitude.
Mhm.
So NWA, niggas with attitude. You calling your band niggas with attitude. So you just want every non-black person to say NWA, and every black person can say niggas with attitude.
Yeah.
You see the conflict in that?
Not really, because that music was
No.
made for us,
You
by
don't
us,
see the
like
conflict. You
Fubu.
don't see the conflict within name the band niggas with attitude.
And then turning it into an
Keep it at 100
acronym.
here. Keep it at 100 because I like to keep it 100. I like to keep it level. You don't see the conflict with that.
Not really. Because I know the content of the music and the purpose behind the name.
Why bring that name then?
Because I understand the context of why they used that name. Why it's like Public Enemy.
So if some non-black person was saying the name niggas with attitude, is he gonna get offended?
Who, Ice Cube?
Yeah, he's gonna get offended, right? But motherfucker,
Of course he is. I just told you he checks somebody saying that word.
His group name is niggas with attitude. See what I'm trying to say?
But the abbreviation that everybody consensually knows what it is NWA. So if you don't, you notice even when I brought it up. No, but remember, you notice even when I brought it up, I didn't say niggas with attitude. I said NWA.
I know.
I used the abbreviated version of it.
But I'm stating the facts and I'm keeping it real.
No, listen. I understand what you're saying. There is for lack of better words, there is a problem with having that as your name, and then that's the acronym or the abbreviation version of it, right? But at those times, they were trying to put out a bigger message. That's why I even brought up Public Enemy. Like Public Enemy. Who would name themselves Public Enemy? Why would you do that?
Well, that's completely a different thing from
Why?
That's completely different, bro.
A public enemy is somebody a public enemy is somebody who is disenfranchised and is on the run, and everybody and their mama wants to get rid of them.
Bro, come on. You can't be serious to be trying to compare Public Enemy with niggas with attitude. You can't be serious right now.
Their messages were exactly the same. They just went about it two different ways. Their messages were exactly the same. They just went about it two different ways. I'm telling you, if you don't free, am I lying? Their message was the same.
I don't disagree. The message was the same, and even I just made the joke. Why would they call themselves Public Enemy? I was like, because NWA was already taken, right? So the exact same thing, and especially in that time, like it's not now, but especially in that time, niggas were Public Enemy, right? To the state and the police force and society and blah blah blah. So either or, their message was very very similar, if not the exact same, right? And
it's just they just took two different routes. The Public Enemy was a little bit more political and less cussing and more to the point, while NWA was like they were trying to tell you a story. Mm-hmm. Tell you how things go down in the area that they're from. What goes on. Do you know what I mean?
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you guys. But the point I'm trying to make here is Public Enemy is Public Enemy. It doesn't have niggas in it.
Of course it doesn't have niggas, but the definition of a public enemy is the enemy of the state. Niggers, black people, three different terms. Niggers, and black people are technically in America an enemy of the state by the way that we are being portrayed, by the way we're being dealt with. Mm-hmm. Okay. Men and women.
Listen, I completely agree with you on that. But what I'm trying to say here is Public Enemy is Public Enemy. And everyone from every race can say Public Enemy. But can everyone says niggas with attitude?
No.
That's my fine line point.
No, but there's an abbreviation for it, though.
And they did it both ways on purpose, right? So the niggas with attitude is for us within the culture. We know this is your guys, listen, this is where we're coming from. We're niggas with attitudes. But for the entire collective, call us NWA. That's all.
Because they did 2 album covers.
Yeah.
For the same record. They put up the NWA that were public to everybody else. And if you went in the hood, you found the niggas with attitude ones.
Yeah, because that's who.
So, like, Nigel, yet again, I fully understand what you're saying. It is it is hypocrisy, if you want to call it, or contradicting itself. But
that's all I want. That's all.
At the end of the day, you have to understand the purpose of why it's like that. Once you understand the purpose, then it's not hypocritic. It's not.
I totally agree with your points, all of you guys. Just as long as you see what I was saying.
No, but Nigel, I see what you're saying, but I'm saying, like, people don't even think about it that deep. Like, it's not even that deep for people. If I see the white kid say, yo, I was listening to niggas with attitude, I ain't gonna get mad at him. Yet again, I'm gonna say, hey, Johnny, keep that in the house.
Not you. Not you. Not you.
Yeah,
not you. You won't get mad at him. But
I'll tell him
by the mass he would get crucified for it.
No, of course. But me, I would tell Johnny or Billy or whatever you want, John, take that in your house. Yeah, I had a situation that happened like that at work. This young kid, he hangs with a bunch of Somalians and Sudans. They let him say nigga all day. He came to work one time. The guy who helped me build this podcast from the beginning, he was there. We were working. He said, yo, my nigga. He went to go tear his head off. I said, yo, dude, you can't do that. He goes, why? I said, you hear him saying, yo, I got friends that let me do it. It's not a license, but they allowed him to do it. They allowed him to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be the one training him different. You should go to his people who's letting him do that and say, yo, tell Johnny when he ain't around y'all, don't say this.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Y'all want to promote it? Cool. Because like I said, we can't govern people's speech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but we can't set boundaries within our little gaps of people that we hang with and let people know this is acceptable and this is not acceptable.
Yeah,
and
if you're going to let
a fair warning before you fire off, because then at least the next time it happens, drunk, high, sober, and they get a black eye, they can't ask anybody why they got the black eye. Because people say, weren't you told us the first time? Us as black people, we don't even get that with police. We don't even get that with most of society. Me, as a felon, I can't get certain jobs. Even if I go get a pardon, if they can go on the internet and find me, and some crazy shit happen, they can use that from 20 years ago and try to smirch me now, not realizing that my life is completely different. I am doing things completely different. You know what I'm saying? There's a saying my dad and my mom and my grandma used to say, B, for what some people can walk for, we got to fly for. We got to sprout wings and fly. So this world in general, the system is broken. Whether we're in America or Canada.
Society is broken.
Perfectly fine because it's working based on their agenda and objectives.
Well, of course, but I'm saying for everybody. Do you know what I mean? For black people, for sure. That's why, like, you know, I have indigenous friends. I have Spanish friends. or Mexican friends. I have friends of all nationalities. But when I hear people say, oh, you know, why are you black people complaining? We ain't getting nothing. All we get is shit in a bowl. And we've been eating it. No matter where you live. It could be UK, America, Canada, Japan, London. I don't give a fuck. All across this world, we've been eating a bowl of shit. This is the free story. Free's at work and people think it's funny to talk about blackface. Just like, but it's keyboard warriors too that we're dealing with here, right? Because I think that phrase wouldn't have been said in person. It would have been too shocking.
Okay, that's a great point.
Am I wrong there, Free?
Pardon?
the blackface comment, that wouldn't have been said in a meeting, like face to face in the same building. I think
I can say now that hopefully not, but I don't 100% trust it. And okay. I don't think the comment, I don't think it was made, deliberately, like I'm an asshole and I want to say this comment, but I think that, the players involved are that privileged that they are so unaware that even how they speak about these things is inappropriate, right? So that's why I say now potentially could have been, and it would have just been them like, at least I'm not in blackface, right, Franny? I have 1,000,001 stories of just this place. There was another incident after I returned to work after having Kaima. Myself and a co-worker and 2 other girls are talking, oh, Franny, welcome back. Can't believe you, blah, blah, blah. Women get together. They start sharing labor stories. I was like, my labor was great. It was like 2.5 hours, and then there was a baby. That's it. We'll call her Karen. Chose to share her story with me.
Suzanne, we'll call her Suzanne.
Right? She chose to share her story with me and the 2 other girls that were there, but she had to say, Freeney, don't get offended, but.
Is it because she had a half black baby?
Nope. Don't get offended, but when I say this, okay? I was like, go ahead, because you're going to say what you say, whatever, right? But I like to give people space to confirm the negative energy I already feel that comes from you. So that I know that I'm not fully crazy or that, I'm just out here feeling certain ways about certain people. Right? Yeah. And from when I started working there, from the day I started, I was like, nah, something about this spirit, me and this girl. I'm still respectful because I work with you, but I knew. Anyways, so she's giving her story, and her labor was long and arduous and blah, blah, blah. And then finally, when the baby was born, to lighten the mood, her partner said, oh my God, what the fuck? The baby's black. Okay. To lighten the mood, just to joke, because, finally after X number of hours, baby's here and, she's tired and blah, blah, blah. So, but were topics of jokes and discussions and blah, blah, blah. Clearly in your personal time, that was a very personal and private moment for you. But again, the value and in the life is being ridiculed at all times, right? So for me, she was like, and then, and she started to get into this long banter about her boyfriend isn't racist and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, cool. That makes you think, and these are just very slight little things, but it's when you carry an idea and it's actually part of your foundation or a part of your paradigm and how you think. To her boyfriend saying that was just a funny joke to lighten the mood. You did all this work and oh my God, the baby's finally here and it's black. I don't see the joke. I don't know, like maybe I just don't get it.
No, there's no joke in that. That's like the 2 people who tried to make a black person, and they're upset because they got kicked from their school, and people are sending them death threats, and there's just some jokes that just have no taste. No taste. I've heard many black jokes from many white people, and I've had to tell them like halfway through the joke, like, don't quit your day job because this job will get you killed. You know what I mean? Like, is there a hazard pay for this joke you saying right now? Because if there isn't, I suggest you don't say it.
Yeah, but she even had to say in advance to telling the story, so she knows there's a level of inappropriateness to it. She knows she's underscoring it.
But she feels comfortable enough around you to do that because you're all women, you've all bared children, and this isn't a color thing, and it's not most of the time. So it really isn't.
So therefore, she didn't fully feel comfortable because if I said, nah, hold it. If you have to start off your story with that caveat, hold that, because there would be really only one reason why she would say, don't get offended, Freeney, because I couldn't be offended because I was a woman talking about birth with you, right?
No.
What else is my identity other than being a woman, a Black woman? And your story has to do with race.
Black children.
So therefore, she knew, but, you know, for me, I let her go on with the story, and I didn't show any displeasure, but because for me, it just affirmed what I already knew, because I've heard her other, you know, conversations and other things, especially that this partner says a lot of, right? So all it did for me was just affirm, and it's like, okay, cool. I just know that I don't make very many friends at work anyways on purpose, but I just know that, you know, this is very, very high level on the surface interaction you and I have, because we have.
Yeah, I mean, I worked with a girl and a guy. The guy he had a bird chest, and he was German. Yeah, he had a bird chest. Like, he was really, really, really skinny. Like, it was like he was on heroin or something. I don't know how he couldn't get any fat on him. He like Skeletor without the muscles. He was talking to me about Jewish people one day and how they're stealing all our money and they're disgusting and they just whatever. Like I said, he's German. Mm-hmm. Talking about Jewish people. And I had to go to my boss and tell my boss, like, I can't work with this guy. He goes, why? I said, if this is what this guy thinks about Jewish people, what does he think about me? Mm-hmm. His girlfriend now, she was an undercover. So, like, she's a woman. That's one, right? In a workplace full of all men. Okay? So, there's certain things that apply at our job there are definite no-nos. That she will, as yet again, a girl and a white woman, will abuse to get her way. Mm-hmm. I got laid off like 2 weeks before I got laid off. They got comfortable enough with me to tell me that they're going to try to get another black guy fired. So before I left, I told the black guy, I said, yo, these people are gunning for you, man. So, like, you know, the little things you're doing with the phone and all that stuff, stop doing it, because this girl's about to get into this position, and the first person they're trying to get rid of is you. He looked at me and said, no, they ain't like that. I said, yo, you see me over there, and you see my face scrunched up, right? And you see me with my head down, and I'm trying to listen to music and, like, not even, because what he said about Jewish people was disgusting. To make the long story short, yada, 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 stuff happens, right? They get the guy fired. He doesn't say nigga, but he says things like I was telling you, Naja, like, you know, that I've heard white people say, or people of that aren't black that will say to try to incite the word nigga or the word nigger, but they're not saying it. Oh, my white friend's faster than that, man. Come on, B. Me and Billy Joe Bob would have finished it a long time ago. Just shit like that. He made the man strike him. The girl jumped on his back. When the girl jumped on his back, he didn't know the girl was on his back. He was in a rage. He ended up hitting her. I seen 2 other black guys who know what happened not stick up for him.
Got scurry off.
Get him scurred off. I get back there. The boss already knew me and that guy had a volatile situation where I was going to do him something, and I had to tell the boss, like, yo, this guy's got to leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? One day I leave, he writes my government name and puts it on the bathroom and says that's my office. It says some crazy other stuff to the boss. I had to fire him. The girl, after he left, displayed the same actions every day. Every day. So, back to the first point we were making at the beginning of the pod, to end it off. Racism, overtly or covertly, I said that correctly, right? Mm-hmm. Is dangerous.
Absolutely.
And the only way we can get rid of it is if we stop treating each other. Because, you know, I'm out here talking about turn the other cheek and listen, if some police die, some police die. I'm not going to be crying for them. Because for the 10 that were bad, the 1,000 that were good should have called them out. or else you've got 1,010 bad cops.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? If me and you in the store and you steal something, and I'm a goody two shoes, and I don't promote that stuff, if I don't tell nobody, I am participating in the action.
Yeah, just as
What
complicit, right?
you see what I'm saying? So, as a whole, us as black people, we don't need to show the other cheek or show, threats or do anything violent, but we need to find some way to get the people who are in power to listen, or put people in power that we know, even though everybody in power is corrupt. Let's just get that shit out the way, okay? This is not me saying I'm wishing for fucking rainbows and unicorns to be flying all over this motherfucker. But I am saying that the right people who have the right intentions, who are willing to go through all the way with it, that's what we need in offices around the world. You see what they were doing to black people in China. So you surprised that somebody in America would do this stuff and it take this long?
Right.
You know what I mean? And the word nigga, for all my people out there, I will try to refrain from using it as much as I can on this podcast, okay? I will respect people's ears, but understand that me, motherfucking King Eat Crushed Glass, that word don't mean shit to me other than I'm saying what's up to my homie or my black brother or my black sister. If you try to use it in a derogatory way, you will not get any violence out of me. You might get a chuckle. I might give you a head nod, toss you a Coke, and tell you to have a smile.
Well, actions out of me. I think the only time a person has ever called me a nigger was at work. I ain't never said nothing to this person. Call me a nigger. I look at him and I smile. I ain't never said nothing. And homeboy never came back to the work after that again. I never touched him. I'm just saying, my hands never touched him. My hands never touched him. But he never came back to work. That's the only time. Like I said, my hands never touched him. Not my hands.
Hey man, I only God can judge you now. Okay?
Yeah.
Like I said,
and that's why Tupac's the greatest. For all you young heads out there, this is why Tupac's the greatest. Because his music right now is relevant.
Absolutely.
It's relevant. Some of his interviews when he's saying certain things, it is relevant. So like, comment, subscribe.
Well, this was a good discussion, guys. I think we could probably go on for hours and hours with this one. For me, I think about, how do we combat racism and all of that, and it's a very, very tall order, across the world. And the most I can do now is focus within my household and within my community. I think one of the main things that we can do in terms of empowering ourselves is not only, read books and blah, 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 but also I'm a very, very strong proponent of rebuilding that Black Wall Street, rebuilding Black wealth, buying from our own, because that builds an economical foundation that is the same as strength in numbers. You know what I mean? But, the black dollar is very well and alive and kicking, but we don't support each other enough in that regard. And no, that's not going to, combat racism directly. But, if our socioeconomic statuses are raised, right, that filters out, that's a different tree with a whole other set of roots that are so deeply grounded that our children and our children's children, may have a very different story.
Yeah.
Moving forward, right? And even in the individual identities we have as Black men, as Black women, potentially as gendered bodies, whatever it may be. But on the whole, really, supporting each other and building a community in very many different ways on top of what we already have, and strengthening that and not losing sight of it.
Yeah.
Kind of, and getting trapped in the big machine that we, you know, live in right now.
I would like to add a little bit on that before we get out of here. To all my people, we need to stop robbing each other. We need to start opening doors for each other. We need to start supporting each other, not just financially, in general. These little parties everybody's doing, they need to get together, especially in Calgary. They all need to get together, and I know it's going to be a smaller pot. But if y'all come together and start building that way, then you're going to show others that they can build other ways. Do you know what I mean? Black businesses that sell clothes and all these things, listen, we're not saying give a black discount. Make your money, but just don't overcharge. And for the people buying it, don't complain that the castor oil is $6 more over here than over there. You're getting it from somebody who was a black business person. They've got bills, they got everything they got to pay for. So yeah, they might have marked it up $6, but you're getting the real authentic stuff that's for us. Period.
Well, it's not been done since forever, but the real key to it is for us to work together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Stop trying to bring the other brother down. Work with the other brother. Bring him up. Let him bring you up.
Yeah. Or
bring
the other
that sister up. Let that sister bring you up. And just know, not every non-black person in this world is out to get you.
Absolutely.
We're all humans, and we just need to work together, come together.
Yeah, but you know what? To be honest, last point before we got here, we need to work together. There's too much division. Even when it comes to I'm Jamaican, she's Haitian.
Yeah.
In most cases, our people won't mingle with each other. Oh, voodoo and this curry goat, and you know what I mean? You stupid. But you know what I mean? We have to all come together as one and build. If we do that, the world is endless. We spend the most money.
Yeah.
We buy up everything. Imagine if we start buying ourselves, selling what we have, creating ourselves, and keeping it within us, within our culture, within our gates.
Yeah.
We'll be powerful, man.
But I don't have to say anything about the culture. But look, you all know certain cultures. Look how they work together. Look how they come together.
Yeah.
And look what they achieve.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what we all need to do.
They're buying out retail blocks in the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, lived in pure gated communities that they had their hand in, from laying the sod to fencing the house. So, you know, the more we come together, it can only mean success.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
We've got to get rid of that scarcity mindset as well to do it.
Sure. So it's your boy Kingy Crush Glass and my homegirl.
This is Free La.
I'm Manila.
Nai Vinci.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Comment, subscribe.
You know who it is. It's your people. Balance of Opinions. Thank y'all. Easy.
Peace.